Let me tell you something. In 2005, World of Warcraft came out. Okay. They had marketing, right? There was Mr. T on TV, they had Ozzy Osbourne, rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne, Prince of Darkness playing the game. But before those commercials actually started coming out, when the game was first released, all of it was word of mouth marketing. Is because people were playing the game, they went home, they went to school, their high schools, and they said, hey, you got to play this game with me. It's super fun. Let's go home. Let's play the game together, right? And that's grassroots marketing, grassroots evangelizing of your hobby. And that's where it needs to start. You don't want to go and say, hey, we'll give you $1 million if you market our game. That'll make a really short-term marketer for you. That's someone that's not invested and doesn't actually enjoy the product. You want someone that's going to go home and say, hey, let's play this together when we get home. Let's compete. Let's go play through the levels in Backwoods. I bet you I kick your ass. You're going to lose tonight. So that's really where you want to get the players to. You want them to enjoy it. And again, like you mentioned, that's why we built the game the way it is. A lot of projects that get into Web3, they try to immediately go toward the AAA thing, right? I'm not going to name names here, but they do, and they spend a lot of money doing it. And a lot of the time, it's just not successful because people forget what makes a AAA game successful isn't necessarily the people that were in the studios. You can pick people from Blizzard. You can pick people from Riot Games. You're not going to make the same video game because it's the flywheel of the actual ecosystem in the developing studio that makes that game so polished in the end. So if you go so hard for a AAA title, you're going to totally miss the mark. Make something you can develop, that you can polish, and that you can put out somewhat rapidly, and then you can iterate on that for what the players want. That's the goal of this. So that way now we can make this way more community focused because we have the baseline of the game already done, right? So now we have all these community campaigns that we're doing. We're doing Daily Survivor every day where we have people go in the Discords and do creative questions. Everyone wants to get the survivor role in the Discord. So there's a lot of different ways to get it too. You can do in-game moments showcase, the weekly community arena. We just have a lot of new campaigns that we're coming out with for players to enjoy.
What do you like? Man, you made me really kind of like spark another conversation, but I don't know if we have the time for it. But I guess my question to you would be is more of like, with that said, where is the on-chain gaming aspect of being able to take on the bigger boys, right? Like the AAA stuff, because this is a perfect example of something that can take on that, right? Based on the dynamics. So where do you see that vision for it?
Having a token is extremely useful in general just to push forward the development of the game. But overall, if you're talking about Web3 gaming and the way that this could develop further as a studio when we're putting out more titles as well and more stuff for the players to enjoy, the best way to do this is to not use so much of buzzwords when it comes to this, because most players don't understand Web3 and cryptocurrency. In fact, they may see it as a negative because there's a lot of negative connotation to this, unfortunately, right? But we do have extremely, extremely good tech when it comes to the back-end framework. So we have chains like Solana that you can do so many transactions in the back end simultaneously that it's just so great for gaming. And if you're using that as a framework for your game, for say player-to-player transactions, or for player, another thing is for just player services. So let's say you want to run somebody through a dungeon or something. Hey, I want to pay you for this dungeon run. It's so scammy now. If you do that in any MMO now, you're going to get scammed. They're going to take your money. But we have smart contracts on Web3. So you could use a smart contract that completes at the end of the service. There's so many actual ways to do this, including with wallet attribution as we move forward toward that, where we can just have the whole system running in the background, just everything running off Solana in the background. No one will even know. No one will even know. They'll just interact with blockchain completely autonomously without even thinking about it. I think that's the way forward, and that's how we're going to get most Web2 people to play the game.